And hello, everyone. How are you doing? Dave Bondi here. It's a Friday night, and we are live right now. And you're looking at the screen to the right of me, and that is the Michigan House of Representatives. The Democrats are the only ones there, and see what's happening.
Further amendments, question where the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Continuing with second reading of bills, move to take up count number 321, House Bill 6003.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar number 321, House Bill 6003, a bill to amend the Age and Majority Act of 1971. People of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, question where the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Continuing with second reading of bills, move to take up count number 322, House Bill 6004.
The bill, without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Bill 6004, a bill to amend the Youth Tobacco Act. People of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there
So let me explain exactly what's going on for those of you who don't know, and I encourage you to share this video out with your friends right now. We are watching live in Lansing, Michigan. This is the state capitol. The Democrats are the only ones in the room right now. The Republicans walked out. The Republicans walked out earlier today. They're still hanging out. I heard they're still in the area, but they are not taking part in any of these votes. And they'll show you in just a minute where they vote, the board with all the votes. Let's listen in again. I'll explain why this is happening.
I have a bill to amend the Age and Majority Act of 1971. People of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question for the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading.
So as you can see, the right side of the room, that's where all the Republicans usually sit, but it's empty. They're not there.
Continuing with second reading of bills, move to take up count number 328, House Bill 4843.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
Calendar number 328, House Bill 4843, a bill to amend the Michigan Consumer Protection Act. People of the state of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There are. The clerk will read.
Representative Ayash offers the floor substitute H4, identified as Amendment 1.
Question for the House is the adoption of the substitute. The clerk will open
Hello,
the board.
Bob. How are you doing?
The substitute is not adopted. Are there further amendments? There are. The clerk will read.
So basically, let me quiet their audio right there. The Michigan Republicans were upset that the Democrats are basically just ramming through a bunch of legislation. Last night, they did it in the middle of the night. They did it at 3 a.m., 4 a.m., literally in the middle of the night. But there's a big issue happening in Michigan, the paid leave and tipped wages. It's legislation. Actually, it's the Michigan Supreme Court that put this legislation into place, basically calling for a minimum wage and paid leave for workers in Michigan. But a lot of research has shown that this could hurt and decimate businesses in the state of Michigan. It would require paid leave for even part-time workers, minimum wage to go up to $15 an hour. It would also allow for workers to do a no call and no show, and the managers, the owners of companies would not be able to do anything about it. So, and I've talked to several restaurant owners. I'm in Saginaw County, Michigan right now. That's where I am. And I'm going to tell you, I've talked to several restaurant owners, and they are telling me that what that would do would devastate their restaurants, and that they would actually not be able to stay in business. The early estimates are that 20% of Michigan restaurants would have to close their doors. Okay, take a look at the screen right here. You see the green? The green, that's the Democrats voting. The white, that's all of the Republicans, and they're not there. So the Republicans are not voting. They walked out. So most of this legislation can still pass without Republicans, but I believe there is some legislation that does need Republicans. So we're going to follow this all along, and I'm going to keep this up live for you because I know a lot of people are interested in what is happening, and this is just it's just very unusual, to say the least. Let's listen in and see if we can hear what they're saying. This legislation here requires a license to sell nicotine or tobacco product at retail. It looks like, okay, one Republican, it looked like just voted no. Because I see a red there on the screen. One Republican voted no, it looks like, if I'm correct. Or that might be a Democrat that voted no. No, it was a Democrat. I apologize. I might be wrong. I have to look that up. Sorry. I'm doing multiple things here at one time, everybody. But let me look up some information. Let me try to look at your comments as well. If there's anyone that has any comments, if you're watching on Locals, hello. If you're watching on Rumble, or if you're watching on X, please follow me. If you have not followed me yet, I really hope you can follow me on X. We're live on X right now, and lots of people looking to follow. And this is called a lame duck. The Michigan legislature, the House, will be turning over Republican in January. Let's listen in again. Let's see.
Move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. We are still under Rule 32 for those following along. Thank you. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
To change the order of the third reading of the bills, I move to take up calendar item 321, House Bill 6003, and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection to so ordered, the clerk will read.
House Bill 6003, a bill to amend the Age of Majority Act in 1971. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, question for the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. The clerk will open the board. The clerk will close the board. Majority Floor Leader Ayash votes aye. Clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 6003, there are 56 aye votes.
Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Continuing the third reading.
So they're just ramming through a bunch of legislation. And I'm going to update you as we go here. Michigan House Republicans staged a dramatic walkout Friday during a rare session. They're demanding immediate action on legislation to address impending changes to the Republicans are pushing for votes on bills that would maintain the tipped wage for restaurant workers and amend the state's paid sick leave law. House Speaker Joe Tate criticized this walkout, accusing Republicans of abandoning their responsibilities. House Democrats are continuing to vote on these bills right here, and there are no Republicans in there right now voting. So I want to know what you think about this. Let me know if you're watching on X, you're watching on Rumble. This is just continuing throughout the evening here. And I'm also told that they did vote on the homeless Bill of Rights. Just a little while ago, the Democrats, it looked like they did approve the voting. Democrats, the House Dems fall one vote short on passing House Bill 4919. Reading the latest version, it's a trial lawyer's dream and a public safety nightmare. So that did not pass. The Dems have passed several policies. Eviction record expungement, toughening on child labor laws, price gouging laws, corrections officers' pensions, and e-bikes incentives. So more money, more of your money is going to the electric bikes. Also, just passed tonight, Michigan House Democrats passed two bills that would basically take the ability for parents to question books in libraries out of the hands of parents. And it makes it a lot more, it makes it tougher now for parents, or it will if this legislation continues. So there's just a lot going on right now. I'm trying to keep updated on everything that's happening. Okay, the homeless Bill of Rights. came one vote short in order to make it happen. So even though Republicans aren't there, there are still things cannot be passed unless they get certain amount of Democrats there. So that's happening just now, everybody. And let's listen in and see if we can hear what's going on.
Representative B. Carter votes aye. I can't see you when you're behind me. I'm sorry. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
May I speak on the question of final passage of House Bill 6005? There are 56 aye votes and 0 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves for immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Continuing in the order of third reading of bills, I move to take up count number 328, House Bill 4843, and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Bill 4843, a bill to amend the Michigan Consumer Protection Act, People of the State of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question for the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. The clerk will open the board.
Yes.
I'll be right back. I have to go off camera for a minute. I'll be right back.
The clerk will close the board. Tally, display, and announce the vote.
May I speak on the question of final passage of House Bill 4843? There are 56 aye votes and 0 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
I move to the order of second reading of bills and take up House Bill 4330.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Bill 4330, a bill to amend the General Property Tax Act, People of the State of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There are. The clerk will read.
Committee on Tax Policy, Representative.
Bills on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Move to the order of third reading of bills and take up House Bill 4330 and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Bill 4330, a bill to amend the General Property Tax Act, People of the State of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question for the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. The clerk will open the board.
So once again, you can see the green. The green are the Democrats who are voting for this. The white, pretty much all of the white letters there, those names appearing in white, those are Republicans, and they are not even in the room. They're not even voting because
Members, please vote at your desks.
They walked out earlier today because they are not happy. They believe that the legislation needs to come up involving tipped workers and paid leave. It's a story that's been Actually, there's been Democrats and Republicans publicly, especially restaurant owners and business owners who are Republican and Democrat. They both say that something needs to be done with this. Let's listen in live right now.
The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question on final passage of House Bill 4330, there are 56 aye votes and 0 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed. The Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
I move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves to immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
Continue to order the third reading of bills. I move to take up House Bill 6160 and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Bill 6160, bill to amend the General Property Tax Act. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question for the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. The clerk will open the board.
So they're just ramming through everything right now. House Bill 160 prohibit a locally adopted cap on a local unit's own authority to levy a property tax millage. Trying to keep up to date with everything that has been passed today, and there have literally in this lame duck session there have been hundreds of bills that have been passed or that have been introduced. And it's hard to keep a track. Okay, I have a running tally right now. The Dems have passed several policies that have been on the back burner for a while. Eviction, record expungement, toughening of child labor laws, price gouging laws, correction officers' pensions, and e-bike incentives. They also passed earlier, I believe it went through, as to where you can now change your sex on your birth certificate. You can have your sex changed on your birth certificate. That went through earlier. You can now have female, male, or X, I guess, on your birth certificate. That's something that the Democrats put through earlier today as well. Okay, here we go. The Democrats, in order to have a bill pass, they must get 56 votes. They must get 56 votes for a bill to pass. The Homeless Bill of Rights was pulled from the board after it was clear it would be short of votes. So that did not happen. They pulled that off, the Homeless Bill of Rights. So there was not enough votes for that happening. And so far, they have 47 bills that have been passed by the Democrats. 47 bills passed, and there have been no Republicans that are even in the room. So let me know what you're thinking about this. If you're on X right now, there's about 500 of you watching on X. Share this video. Go ahead and repost this video. Repost this. Everyone needs to see this of what is happening in Michigan right now. I don't know how many people in the country are aware of what is happening. I think people need to see this. So go ahead and repost this. It's not a retweet. I guess you're sharing this. Share this video out. And if you're watching on YouTube, hello. Thank you for being here. If you're watching on Rumble, and if you're watching on Locals, thank you very much for being here. If you're watching on Locals, I really appreciate it. Let's listen in live again to Lansing, Michigan.
People of the State of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question for the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. The clerk will open the board.
Okay, I'll be right back, everyone. I'll be right back.
The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce the vote. The clerk will close the board. Representative Braybeck votes aye. Representative Farhat votes aye. Majority Floor Leader Ayash votes aye. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question on final passage of House Bill 6128, there are 56 aye votes and 0 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
I move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves to immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
Continuing the order of third reading of bills, I move to take up House Bill 6129 and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Bill 6129, a bill to amend the food law. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question for the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. The clerk will open the board.
Okay, this vote is amending, modifies evaluation of food establishments in Michigan. I haven't even looked up this legislation. I'm not sure what it's about, but it seems like more government intervention. I'll bring this up in just a little bit. House Bill 6129. And if you would like to look up these bills as we're going along, I have a great website for you. MichiganVotes.org. MichiganVotes.org.
Madam Speaker, on the question on final passage of House Bill 6129, there are 56 aye votes and 0 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
I move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader Wilson moves to immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
Continuing the order of third reading of bills, I move to take up House Bill 6131 and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Bill 6131, a bill to amend the food law. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question for the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. The clerk will open the board.
Okay, everyone, I'm going to get going. I'm going to keep this up live for all of you. I'm going to keep this up who are watching right now. There's almost 740 people watching live. So we're going to leave this up once again. Once again, for those of you who are just joining us, this is the Michigan Democrats. They are the only ones now in the House of Representatives in the Michigan House. The Republicans have left the room. They are not happy, and they are wanting the issue of paid leave and tipped wages, that whole issue to be discussed. They think that needs to be discussed, and they're mad. So they're not there.
Close the board.
And this is
Representative
happening.
Reingans
Let's listen in
votes
exactly
aye. Representative
what's
Hope
happening. I'll
votes
go away.
aye.
I'll be back in just a little bit.
Representative Puri votes aye. Representative Breen votes aye. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
And Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 6131, there are 56 aye votes and 31 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
Move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves to immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
Continuing the order of third reading of bills, I move to take up House Bill 6132 and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Bill 6132, a bill to amend the food law. The people of the state of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question for the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. The clerk will open the board. The clerk will close the board. Representative Menser votes aye. The clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, the question of final passage of House Bill 6132. There are 56 aye votes and 0 nay votes.
A majority of the members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
I move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves to immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
Continue to order third reading of bills and move to take House Bill 6133 and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection to order, the clerk will read.
House Bill 6133, a bill to amend the food law. People of the state of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, question for the House is the passage of the bill. Record roll call vote is required. The clerk will open the board. The clerk will close the board, tally, display, and announce the vote.
Madam Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 6133, there are 56 aye votes and 0 nay votes.
The majority of the members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed. The Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
I move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves to immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to the order of discharges of bills. Sorry, I move to the order of motions and resolutions. I move to suspend Rule 42 in order to discharge House Bill 5999.
Majority Floor Leader moves to suspend Rule 42. All those in favor will say aye. Those opposed, nay. Rule 42 is suspended. The Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Madam Speaker, I move to discharge the Committee on Labor of House Bill 5999.
Majority Floor Leader moves to discharge the Committee on Labor of House Bill 5999. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed, nay. The Committee on Health Policy on Labor is discharged of House Bill 5999. It's placed on the order of second reading of bills. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to the order of second reading of bills and take up House Bill 5999.
Without objection, without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Bill 5999, introduced by Representative Young, a bill to amend the Public Health Code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
The bill be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There are. The clerk will read.
Representative Young offers a series of 3 amendments identified as Amendment Number 1.
The question for the House is the adoption of the amendment. The clerk will open the board. The amendment is adopted. Are there further amendments? There being no further amendments, the question for the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Madam Speaker, I move to the order of motions and resolutions in order to suspend Rule 42. I move to suspend Rule 42 in order to discharge House Bill 4552.
Majority Floor Leader moves that Rule 42 be suspended. All those in favor say aye. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to withdraw the previous motion.
Without objection, so ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Move to suspend Rules 42 in order to discharge House Bill 5184.
Majority Floor Leader moves that Rule 42 be suspended. All those in favor will say aye. Those opposed, nay. Rule is suspended. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to discharge the Committee on Health Policy of House Bill 5184. Oh, I'm sorry.
Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
I move to seat order of second reading of bills. Did I already do that? 5-1.
Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I move to seat order of third reading of bills and take up House Bill 5999 and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Bill 5999, a bill to amend the Public Health Code. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question for the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. The clerk will open the board. So fun fact, members, we actually never lifted Rule 32. We've just been operating under 31 and a half. So like, go sit down. Thank you. Members, it's showtime. Go sit down. Sergeants, feel free to help them to their seats. The clerk will close the board. Representative Witset votes aye. Majority Floor Leader Ayash votes aye. Clerk will tally, display, and announce the vote.
Mr. Speaker, on the question of final passage of House Bill 5999, there are 56 aye votes, 0 nay votes.
Majority of members elected and serving having voted therefore, the bill is passed. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Move for immediate effect.
Majority Floor Leader moves to immediate effect. All those in favor will rise. Immediate effect is ordered. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Move to proceed to order motions and resolutions. Move to
Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
move to suspend Rule 42 in order to discharge House Bill 5333 from the Committee on Natural Resources.
Majority Floor Leader moves to suspend Rule 42. All those in favor say aye. Those opposed nay. Rule 42 is suspended. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Discharge the Committee on Natural Resources of House Bill 5333.
Majority Floor Leader moves to discharge the Committee on Natural Resources of House Bill 5333. All those in favor will say aye. Those opposed nay. The bill is discharged and placed on the order of second reading of bills. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
Move to see order of third reading bills and take up House Bill 5333 and place it on its immediate passage.
Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ayash.
I'm getting ahead of myself. I move to proceed order of second reading of bills and take up House Bill 5333.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Bill 5333, introduced by Representative Miller, a bill to amend the Natural Resources and Environmental Protection Act. People of the State of Michigan enact.
The bill will be considered read for a second time by its title. Are there amendments? There are. The clerk will read.
Representative Miller offers a floor substitute H4 identified as amendment number 1.
Question for the House is the adoption of the substitute. The clerk will open the board. The substitute is adopted. Are there further amendments? There being no further amendments, the question for the House is advancing the bill to the order of third reading. Hearing no objection, the bill is on third reading. Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Wilson.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Moving to proceed to order the third reading of bills and take up House Bill 5333 and place it on its immediate passage.
Without objection, so ordered. The clerk will read.
House Bill 5333, introduced by Representative Miller, a bill to amend the Natural Resources and Environmental Protection Act. People of the State of Michigan enact.
Without objection, the bill will be considered read for a third time by its title. Are there amendments? There being no amendments, the question for the House is the passage of the bill. A record roll call vote is required. The clerk will open the board. clerk will close the board.
Hey everyone, how you doing? Dave Bondi, how you doing? All of you who don't know who I am, I'm Dave Bondi. I'm an independent journalist here in Michigan. I also do work for the Mackinac Center for Public Policy. But right now I am Dave Bondi, the independent journalist, giving you updated live coverage of what is happening right now in Lansing. Let me explain. The Democrats, the Michigan Democrats in the House are the only ones on the floor right
Representative Arbit votes aye.
The Republicans walked off the floor this afternoon. They are not happy that the Democrats in the House are ramming through a bunch of controversial legislation. Now, the Republicans, they are upset because they believe that the issue of the tipped credit and paid leave needs to be discussed. Now, that's an issue that many experts say could devastate small businesses in Michigan. It was the Michigan Supreme Court who, some would say, wrote legislation that will impact small businesses. I've talked to several business owners in Michigan, and they tell me if this legislation or if this goes through, it could destroy small business. And very, very disturbing indeed for this to happen. And I actually want to, if I can do this now, I want to play a video for you that explains what this is all about. Okay. And it's from the Mackinac Center. Let me bring it up on the screen. I'm going to stop this for a minute and let me find this video that I want to show you. And it explains exactly what the Republicans, what they're so upset about. I'm going to play this for you. Let me bring it up here. And it was produced by the Mackinac Center for Public Policy. I'm going to bring it up on the screen here. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. Okay, this is the big issue right here. This story is about 3 minutes long, but I want you to watch this. This is why Michigan Republicans in the House walked off the floor today. It's over this issue right here. I'm going to go ahead and play this for you.
This is not going to help for being able to make the bottom line, because not only do we have this now, we have food costs still going up.
Now, what this law says is that people have to make this minimum wage, which will be $15 an hour, and then they have to get their tips and things on top of that as well. But the reality is what's going to happen is that's going to cause costs to go up so much for restaurants that they're going to start getting rid of their tipped workers. They're going to be less reliant on tips. And so for people who do make a tipped wage, waiters, waitresses, bartenders, they are going to be worse. A separate law mandates a mandatory amount of sick time per year, except you should say sick time in quotes, because people could really take off work for essentially any reason that they want. They could give no notice, and there's a severe limitation. So even a business owner couldn't even say, well, are you really sick? Can I get a doctor's note? Something like that. They'd just be kind of out of luck.
We can't put our work off till next week or next month, or a project off. Like, people are in line waiting to be waited on. They only have a certain amount of time for lunch, and they want to be waited on. And we cannot say, hey, 3 of our employees did not show up today. No, we don't know what's happening. Can you come back next week?
So the problem with this is that restaurant owners don't want people coming in and working while sick. They want to pay employees what they're worth. They want to keep people on staff. But the question is, and this is what we look at from the economic perspective, is it's that saying, there ain't no such thing as a free lunch. There's always somebody has to pay for it. And so if you do something where you have this very heavily regulated structure on mandating sick leave, it's going to affect businesses differently. And small businesses in particular that maybe only have 1 or 2 staff, they can't deal with somebody last second saying, by the way, I'm taking 3 days off work.
for being a set, a running business that needs a certain amount of people for each, spot for it to smoothly run. And when you're down a person, 2 people, hey, 3 people are sick today, so we're going to use our sick leave. Like, and we don't know where they're at. Are they all right? Are they okay? Like, does something happen to them? Like, and we don't know. And you can't functionally run a business like that.
There will be some employees that benefit from this. They will see higher wages and they'll get a little more flexibility, but most will not. And especially the people that we want to help, the single mothers, the lower income workers, those are precisely the people that are laid off first if businesses can't deal with this. This is a law and the legislature has to deal with it. They can change the law. So they need to figure out ways to make this more flexible on businesses.
And that's what they're not doing. So that is the gist of it right there about this legislation. That's why the Republicans walked off earlier today, because they want something to be done. And the Democrats so far are refusing to act on that. And I'm going to bring the live picture back up again of the Michigan House of Representatives to have this live to show you. And I'll let you dip in and you can listen again. But I hope if you're watching on X right now, go ahead and follow me. Follow me on X. My name is Dave Bondi. I'm an independent journalist. I walked away from the mainstream media to just give you the news that's happening. I focus on Michigan, but also throughout the United States as well. Let me go ahead and take a live look right now. Okay, looks like there's something going on. Let me try to bring this up right now on the screen. Okay, we're going to dip into the House television, courtesy of Michigan House TV. I'll be back in just a
Speaker recognizes Majority Floor Leader Ash.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just let the members know there'll be no further voting when the House adjourns. To stand adjourned until Wednesday, December 18th at 10 o'clock a.m.
Without objection, so ordered. The House will stand at ease and call the chair.
Okay, it looks like it's over. It looks like the House has just adjourned until the 18th of December, which is Wednesday. It looks like they just walked. Yeah, they're done. It looks like until the Wednesday, December 18th. If that's Wednesday, I believe it is the 18th. Let me check real quick, just to make sure. Yeah, Wednesday the 18th. So that's a wrap up of our breaking news. The situation is over. The Republicans walked out. They did not come back. Democrats, they are wrapping it up for the night. And possibly because they do not have enough people, they do not have enough Democrats to pass votes. I'm hearing that could be exactly why this is happening. I'll check on that. I'll put something out on social later, but I just wanted to update you that that is the situation. This has come to a close for the evening. Really appreciate it, everyone. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you. Make sure you are signed up to my newsletter. And if you're watching on X, go ahead and follow me on X. I would really appreciate it. And if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Make sure you get alerts. If you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're watching on Locals, thank you, everyone, for being here on Locals. I really appreciate it, very much so. And no more voting for the rest of the night. I'm going to end this now, everyone. Have a great night. Have a great weekend.